Sorry, man. I was trying to knock on a door back there, but you don't have a door.
Knock it down.
And welcome back here to the Crunch Time, of course, with me, Charles Prodigy Richey, right now. And thank you for those of you who took the chance to tune in right now and watch. Once again, you guys can follow me on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, at Prodigy Richey. For the Mass Steel Podcast on Twitter, it is at Mass Steel CGR and at Mass Steel Nation on Instagram right now. We already just talked about the NFC playoffs. Now let's go into the AFC divisional rounds right now, beginning with the Chiefs hosting the Cleveland Browns. Yes, sir, right now. Definitely defeating my Steelers in upsetting fashion last week right there. But at the end of the day, as a Steelers fan, you got to tip your cap to them right now. I mean, this is a team right now who was feeling those emotions of Cleveland since coming back to that town ever since having their team taken away from them. I mean, their talent back in the mid-'90s after the 1995 season. The original Browns team, which later became the Baltimore Ravens. Browns had to come back about after missing 3 seasons as an extended franchise team. So ever since then, they've only made the playoffs 2 times right now and experienced their first playoff victory since 1989. I mean, so right there, I mean, it just ended a 31-year drought right there since getting their last playoff victory. So how about that? Congratulations to them right now. Definitely got some guys from the Steelers right now, like Juju Smith-Schuster and the guy and Chase Claypool, still a little bit salty there in that game, but it is what it is right there. And I tell you what, I mean, you got one team that's trending north and one team that's going south, and we'll see how they continue to open up. But right now, I mean, here's going to be the key thing for this matchup right now, as this game tomorrow will be played on CBS. Let's not forget for this contest right now as we take a look at things. You're going to be having for Sunday's matchups. This game will be on CBS. You'll be having Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Evan Washburn, and Jay Feely on the announced team right here. That game will be at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time right now, and should be an interesting doozy of a matchup, to say the least, right now when we take a look at it. I mean, for this game. And excuse me, I put the wrong time down. I meant 1:05 p.m. So if you guys see that, please excuse me on that. So we'll see how that goes. In that contest right now. Just updating my Twitter right now as we speak. But I tell you what, I definitely would not be surprised if the Browns pull off another playoff victory right here, get an upset victory over the Chiefs right now. I mean, we definitely take a look a little bit. I mean, when you look at a guy in Patrick Mahomes who is the reigning MVP right now, and when you look at, I mean, a lot of people are starting to wonder, like, how much is he starting to look just maybe a little bit like average lately down the stretch right now. I mean, this guy is still thrown for 4,704 yards, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, only been sacked 22 times, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, 3 game-winning drives right now. But I really do feel like right now, sometimes the things that could get in question that could kind of get in this team's way is a little bit of their rushing game, their running attack. I mean, you had Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now run for 803 yards, get 1,100 yards off of scrimmage right now, which is third on the team's list right now. Then you also got a guy like Travis Kelce, who definitely set a record for most receiving yards by a tight end ever with 1,416. I mean, this guy continues to still be a monster and a machine for this team. And I think the biggest thing, too, I mean, the biggest key pickup right now as well that's been complementing this team has been the addition of Le'Veon Bell right now, who's contributed with 254 yards rushing as well as 99 yards receiving for 353 yards of scrimmage right now. I mean, this is a guy right here. I mean, former Killer B right here. I mean, when you look at it right now, I mean this guy, at the end of the day, who's in his 7th season right now being played. I mean, since taking that year off a little over 2 years ago, I feel like this is a guy right here who's been helping contributing to the Legion of Zoom right now. I mean, this guy right here at the end of the day, I mean, he's helped do a lot. I mean, when we really think about things and you put things in perspective, at the end of the day, I mean, I really feel like right now it helps contribute to the speed right now. But the only thing is, I mean, the only problem is the Chiefs' run game has been a little bit brought into question right now, and a little bit of Patrick Mahomes right now. A lot of people are anticipating. I mean, I was watching NFL Countdown on ESPN, and you had a guy like Matt Hasselbeck was saying too. I mean, for like the Chiefs, I mean, right now, like win this, I mean, to lose this game versus Browns, he's anticipating can the Browns make them go into a West Coast style of offense where it's like dink and dunk? Because right now, the Kansas City Chiefs, their running game right now is ranked 16th in the lead with only 1,799 yards. I mean, the passing, no question about. I mean, that's tops in the league. But at the same time, too, I mean, is this going to be another team right now who experiences a quick sock in the mouth as soon as they get to the playoffs? I mean, they're one and done right now. I definitely do feel like right now, I mean, the Browns, for their sake, I mean, they're going to still be keep firing up the fuel right now, having a lot of people keep repeating same old Browns, same old Browns, same old Browns. But at the same time, this team is still around right now. They're trying to prove a point here. And I got to tell you right now, I mean, as crazy as it sounds, I definitely do feel like the Browns are a good matchup for the Chiefs. I think Stephen A. Smith, I mean, he was one of the first guys who I remember pointing that out. I mean, after looking what they did down the stretch, I mean, ever since losing their game to the Raiders, I mean, they've been smoking hot the rest of the way. I mean, the last game that the Browns really lost during the season was that Monday night game against the Ravens in Cleveland. So, I mean, what kind of message right now is Kevin Stefanski in the sense of this group? Remember, I mean, this is a guy who was not available during the field. You had a guy in Prefer, I think, who was a former quarterback or former player for either the Bills or the Browns. Uh, just the way they prepared and the way they were able to send a statement. So we'll see right now because I got to tell you right now, this game has definitely got a lot of potential to be calling upset, and I would not be surprised if that's the case. But I'm gonna still go ahead and go with the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. I just still feel like the Chiefs right now. I mean, the way they've been playing down the stretch. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, they've definitely been being the top tier. I mean, quality teams. I mean, when you really look at it, defeating the Buffalo Bills, I mean, 26-17. When you look at, I mean, that was on a Monday right there. You also beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a late Sunday afternoon game in Tampa. 20, even though they held on to that game 27-24, the way they started off was pretty impressive. Being a Saints team 32-29. So, yeah, they had some close games against some top-notch teams. At the end of the day, they still were another team. You could also make the argument they found ways to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give me the Chiefs in that one. I'm just not so sure if I'm willing to say that for the Browns, but who knows? I mean, it could be wrong any given Sunday, right? We'll find out. Next up, for the conclusion of the no, I mean not the conclusion, but tonight's game on Saturday night, get Buffalo Bills hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Buffalo Bills team right now, a team right now who's trying to get their first playoff victory since 1995, which, by the way, was the last time the Buffalo Bills have won the AFC East. I definitely do feel like right now, I mean, both teams, I mean, you got to like the styles of these matchups, how they can match up defensively here and what they're able to do. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, this is just something pretty much flat out fantastic right now. I mean, you saw Lamar Jackson get his first victory in the playoffs, but not only that, too, he also earned his first comfort behind victory when trailing by 10 points or more. First time he is 1-6 in that regard. So when trailing by 10 points. And that was a statement game, I mean, too, by the way, against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. I mean, you think about the last time these two teams met right there. I mean, stamping on the guys, I mean, the team's logo right there, return the favor right there, too. I think it was Marcus Peters, I think, who made their interception, and they ran out their bench right there, the guys on the sideline, and just started doing back to them what they did to them like a little over 2 months ago. So right there, I mean, you got a guy like Josh Allen right now who's been playing out of his mind right now. He's got 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions right now. Fifth most touchdown passes in the league right now. And then you also look at too, he's got the fourth most completion percentage. I'm not sure if that's enough to warrant him as MVP. It's going to probably come down, I'm going to say more so Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, or Tom Brady. But if I had to choose right now who's going to be the MVP of the league, I'd probably go with, at the moment, I'd probably give it to Tom Brady, maybe aside from Aaron Rodgers. I just think Tom Brady, just for what he proven to do since he left New England, the presence and the attitude that he still continues to bring, the vibe, and just the expectations. So I just feel like right now, I mean, if they're able to pull this off, I think they could get a Super Bowl berth. So for this game for the Bills and the Ravens right now, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills at home. I just feel like right now, I mean, her reports right now, how much, if there's going to be any snow coming down, how much will that be a factor for Lamar Jackson? I think the defense could do well, but I definitely do feel like the Bills are getting on a whole nother level. And that's going to wrap up this edition here of Crunch Time here with me, Charles Prodigy. Once again, you guys catch me regularly on the Mass Steel podcast on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That time is bouncing around, or 8 p.m. So again, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you can definitely do so at Prodigy Richey, the Mass Steel Podcast, on Twitter at Mass Steel CR, and on Instagram at Mass Steel Nation. I'll leave you. Go be trolling, be rolling. I got one.
He's got it. That's a winner.